Christmas story. A story in many chapters, here in 13 parts. Mom, family, what's that? Asked the 5-year-old Elisa. She lives in the 50s with her mom in a tiny apartment. It is Advent, and she asks, Mommy, family, what's that? On this long journey, Elisa experiences many adventures, stories, and has deep insights. Mosaic for mosaic, she assembles the image of her family until she finds it in her soul. Now I want to invite you to my systemic Christmas story. Mommy, family, what's that? Chapter 5, Series 1, Part 9. Family, what's that? The dream, Dad? So the child fell asleep happily until in the middle of the night a violent trampling and freezing tore it from sleep. What was it? Had she had dreamed? Stiff with shock, she lay awake and saw again the dream in front of her as in a movie. She and Mom were out in the open field at a small cottage at the edge of the forest. Before them was a vast land with a small village. Not far from them, it was a dark, pitch-dark night, and above them, directly down from the dark sky, hung her Christmas wreath, large, with beautiful red ribbons and the 4 red candles. The mood was dark, terrifying, and the only light that burned was the candle. Scattered lights in the distant houses. Elisa and her mother looked spellbound at the light and prayed. In the back, Elisa felt danger, great danger, danger of death. There, a murderer was lurking. She was so afraid that she was trembling all over, and her teeth were clattering. She knew they were separated by an invisible line. She could see the line with her eyes in her bag. With her right eyes, she couldn't look there, for heaven's sake. She knew that the killer would ambush her and her mom, and then they would be lost. It only helped one thing: to look spellbound at the tiny light and to pray as fast as they could, to think nothing. And suddenly, a man came out of the darkness, the ambush. At first, he felt threatening, and the two prayed with full force, so as not to be pulled in by him. Then he crossed the line, and the spell was broken. Elisa looked with her eyes in the bag with wonder that it was her father. When he stood next to Mother, and he too looked to the light, they were together. They, father, mother, child, a family. Only now she was able to call for Mom. The child laid in bed with a terrible sore throat, a high fever, and a sweaty body. It was not until the mother changed her, made her a thick neck wrap of fat lard, and lay down with her, that she fell asleep peacefully until the next day, the rays of the sun shining through the beautiful ice flowers awoke Elisa.